Hey everybody, it's Tiffany from Quilter's Workshop, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to embroider a fluffy blanket. So I've never actually done this before, but I had the idea of embroidering the corner of one of those really nice, I don't even know what kind of fabric it is. It's sort of like a minky-esque on the back, and then the front of it is sort of channeled and really soft and fluffy, like those ones you can see at HomeSense or Costco sells. Mine's from Indigo, but we're going to embroider one of those, and it doesn't quite fit in my hoop. So sometimes, if you've ever tried embroidering really thick towels before, sometimes when you clip something into the hoop, it bounces up. So we're going to be using a stabilizer method, so I really hope this works. If it doesn't work, this video is never getting posted. But I'm coming to you today in my Christmas cat pajamas and no makeup because I've been home from work for a while, so this is pretty much what happens the second that I get home from work. And also this messy sewing room in the background, because this is what it looks like post craft show season. So let's get started now. Okay, so this is the blanket that we're working with. It's so soft and fluffy and just, really lovely. And then the back has another really thick fabric that has a plaid print on it. So as you can see from the edge here, it's pretty thick. I'm using a stabilizer called Sulky Sticky. So the brand, if you're new to this, the brand is Sulky. They sell tons of different types of stabilizers and interfacings and things like that. So this has a paper backing, and then the stabilizer is actually this part here. So when you peel this coated backing off, it reveals the adhesiveness. So you just hoop this part, because obviously the blanket is too thick to stay in the hoop. This part just pops up. So you hoop just this, and then once you reveal the sticky, you just press the item down with your hands, and that's supposed to help hold it in place good enough to embroider, apparently. So the instructions say to hoop it in with the paper backing on, and then to sort of puncture the paper inwards a little bit so that you're sort of removing like the inner area of the paper. So I'm going to try and do that. Okay, so I took out my centerpiece. So it's kind of nice that the stabilizer has lines on it, because I ended up using just a small pair of scissors, sort of puncturing the top layer of the paper. And as I was cutting with my right hand, my left hand was underneath the hoop, sort of making sure that my scissors didn't punch right through the bottom layer. So this part is the sticky part that's facing up. So now I guess we're going to press our blanket on. Okay, so the issue that I'm kind of having is the bottom layer of the blanket sort of like they can separate. So making sure that the bottom layer wasn't pulled up, if that makes sense. And you can feel when you press through it if it's wrinkled or not underneath there. The top of this, I would recommend using a water-soluble stabilizer. Sulky probably has one, but the brand that I'm using is the Pellon brand. It's called Solufilm Light, and you should use this on fabrics when you're embroidering that have any sort of nap on the top. So terry cloth, so towels, this type of material, corduroy, velour, anything with loftiness, or like how terry cloth has little loops and you don't want your needle to snag on those, or you don't want the embroidery to really sink as much into the plushiness. So always use a water-soluble stabilizer. Okay, so my hoop is underneath there with the adhesive stabilizer, and then the blanket, and then the water-soluble stabilizer is going to sit on top. Here's my assistant, and we're just going to carefully bring this over to the embroidery machine and load it in. Okay, So machine is threaded, and that's the design that we're doing. So that was just a built-in font, and the heart was a purchase that I did a while ago that I used for something else. So here we go, we've got everything there. I'm really nervous to do this because I don't know how sticky this is going to be. So stressed, you guys. Okay. So also, because I know sometimes I get questions about my machines, I'm using the Janome Memorycraft 11,000. I've had this for a while, probably maybe like 6 or 7 years, maybe a little longer. I love it though. It's great. Okay, so it just finished stitching and it looks pretty good, so I'm excited. I feel so relieved. I think I was like holding my breath the whole time. Not actually, because it took 21 minutes to stitch, but so I'm going to take it out of the machine now and peel it off of the adhesive. So looks like this. So we're going to just peel it off the adhesive part first. Ooh. It's a little stickier than I thought. Put the hoop up there. So it seems like some of the parts that were embroidered still stuck to the blanket. This part came off, but it left the hole. So we'll get rid of that. So it looks like this part might be a little bit annoying to pull out. I'm not sure if this just happened because the product is like really good and it sticks really well, or if maybe I pressed it down too hard, but to be honest, I thought that because this is just so furry, I didn't think it was going to stick at all. So I did really make sure that it was pressed down, but see, it's still inside the heart here. Let me just make that with some scissors. And then this part, you just rip this right off. And the little bits will be left in between the letters, but it's water soluble. So all you need to do is get it wet. You can spray it a little bit, and it'll dissolve. It's actually really cool to watch. I love this part. Cute. Okay, so I just dripped some water on this so that it would help get rid of the water-soluble stabilizer. So the one thing that I've noticed is the heart does sink into the fur more than the lettering does, only because the heart was a narrower stitch. So I would advise, if you are going to do it, I'm super happy with it, don't get me wrong, but I would advise sticking with this thick at least, or thicker embroidery. Nothing too skinny the way that this heart was, but otherwise very happy with it. I think she's going to love it a lot. And if you have any questions, my email address is quilters.workshop@gmail.com. It's listed down below in the description bar of the video. You can also subscribe to my channel for more videos and also follow me on my social media links listed down below. I definitely post to my Instagram page the most often, so if you're curious on what I get up to over there, you can follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you have a great day.